Hey y'all, I decided to record a little video to go with the Fun Extra class lesson number 10. I invite you to come and go through. There's, let's just click. About 180 maybe of these lessons. So I invite you to come and go through all of these. There's lots of learning and lots of fun questions and things to make you think in this class, and I always continue to make more. And this is at hummiesworld.com, and if you just click on the classes button at the top of the page and look in the sidebar, you're going to see a list of all the classes, and the Fun Extras is right here. That's how you're going to find it. And so you can click right here and read the PDF of this tutorial, which is how people have done it before, but I thought I would write this back in, I want to say 2006 or 2007, I can't quite remember. I made this writing for the digital scrapbooking weekend that we had in St. Louis as a little reference tool. And you see what I did with mine was I printed it out on photo paper, like 4x6 photo paper, and I punched a hole in it, put a ring around it, and put a little bow on it. And I made a bunch of them because I handed them out to everybody there. And so we will come back to that page, but let's go to the download. Emotions and color. There exists a universal range of emotions triggered by color. So we trigger our emotions by color. You look at a color and you feel an emotion. So tap into these emotions using color choices in your scrapbook page. Yes, color does matter. I know if you're like me, I go to some of these places online. I have a resource page with a bunch of them listed in the sidebar of the website. If you go down here, resources and color on the website, you will find that. But if you're ever on one of those, or you have them favorited on Facebook and you see them, I'm often immediately moved by all those color palettes. I didn't realize until I started scrapbooking how much I loved color and how much it moved me. And so warm colors, use warm colors to maximize emphasis. So bright colors attract our eyes first, so don't overuse them. Don't overuse the bright colors. But the warm colors maximize emphasis. So if you're trying to emphasize something on your photo, remember to choose the warm colors. And use cool colors to minimize emphasis. I think that's what I tend to do. I don't like anything to jump out too much on my page, and so I tend to use cool colors more than warm colors just for that reason. Warm and cool colors are on the opposite sides of the color wheel. So here's the color wheel, and you're going to see this side is the warm colors, and this side are the cool colors. And so if your yellows, oranges, and some reds, pink even, I guess, are warm colors. And then your greens and your aquas, blues, purples, violets are your cool colors. Breaking old habits, and I am still in this habit. We often get in the rut of using papers and kits that match the clothing or other colors in the photos. Finding a complementary color scheme to work with the photos is a simple way to make the perfect layout. However, what would happen if you would think about conveying emotions with color first without regard to the colors in the photo? Would you end up choosing a color that does not complement the colors in the photo? What are some techniques that you could use to make emotion-provoking color work with the colors in your photos? So if they clash, there's always things like changing your photo to sepia tone or black and white. There's color isolation, maybe only allowing the color of your emotion to show through in your photo and eliminating the rest of the color in your photo. Um, there's always things like turning your photo into line art. It removes the color and makes it like a sketch. So this challenge is for you to create a layout and think first about the color that you want to use to convey the emotion, and then decide what you're going to do with your photo instead of starting with your photo and then choosing the colors for your layout. So break that habit and think opposite. So the rest of this little booklet is great. You can print it out as I did if you want and keep it handy. But it basically just goes through the colors. So we have red, and it lists all the emotions that red gives out. And the first set of words are positive, and then the negative of the color. And each one of these cards is in the same format. And then symbols. So red is hot, excitement, urgency, vitality, ambition, willpower, strength, vigor, courage, pioneering spirit, confidence, security and safety, courage, power, nervousness, passion, love, alertness, force, energy, excitement, speed, and impulsive. Boy, I already just feel energetic this morning. The negative side of red could be for irritation, impatience, hostility, aggressiveness, anger, blood, and danger. So these same things, these same words in positive and negative both sound and feel so powerful. Does dark red invoke a different emotion than light red? I think so. I think the dark red means you're angrier, and the lighter red, I feel more passion and love. I don't know about that because I get the blood and danger from that lighter red too. So the symbols of red that you see people using often are a love or the heart, a stop sign, or a rose. Orange, warm, vibrant, joyful, playfulness, resourcefulness, sociability, happiness, success, social confidence, enjoyable relationships, cheering. Ooh, I like that word. Optimism, inspiring, and tender. So those are the words that orange conveys. And the symbol you see mostly for orange is a pumpkin, which a pumpkin doesn't really convey warmth. But I do feel warm when I have orange, like an orange blanket. And cheering, I think of school colors use orange a lot. Yellow is warmth again, of cheerfulness, happiness, brightness, mental clarity, optimism, wisdom, self-esteem, inspiration, curiosity, empowerment, confidence, courage, energy, sunny, concentration, freshness, and youthfulness. The negativity side of yellow, I guess orange didn't have the negativity side. Interesting. Considered sacred to Chinese cultures, so be careful if you're scrapping for the Chinese. Sadness in the Greece culture and jealousy in the France culture. So it's interesting how different cultures convey color. And the symbols would be sun, light bulb, and school bus. So of course sun and is the warmth and the cheerfulness and the happiness and the brightness, and that's why a lot of times we have the yellow, because we look at the sun and we feel all those things. Green, balance, peace, nature, renewal, love, hope, harmony, central control or self-control, which could be central control, life, growth, health, environment, rest, calmness, stress reduction, normality, relaxation, money, fresh, and abundance. And the negativity of green, green with envy and jealousy. So green is on that other side of the color wheel because we had done yellow and orange and now we've done green. Um, the dollar symbols, or the symbols, can't talk this morning, are the dollar bill, grass, and green light go. So grass, I think, is one we think most often. Blue is for peace, truth, power, coolness, tranquility, calmness, communication, personal expression, creativity, decisiveness, vitality, knowledge, health, relaxation, calmness, sleep, trust, reliability, belonging, loyalty, security, contentment, soothing, and corporate. That I found was a wide range of words because we think of water, the symbols, air, and jeans, but we also think of those corporate words. You see a lot of letterhead for corporations and the symbols, I can't think of the word I want. The logos, that's it. The logos for corporations have blue in them a lot. The websites have blue in them a lot because so you think about knowledge and communication and corporate and things, but you also think about sitting by still waters and beautiful skies, which makes you think about all those calm things. Contentment, soothing, loyalty, all those. But the negative of blue is cold. So if I'm scrapbooking a winter photo of snow, I will put it in blue. Isn't it funny how this color is such a wide range? Insecure, pessimism, tired, melancholy, heaviness, and feeling blue. For feeling sad and feeling blue, I think the other things that you would put in your layout along with this color are is going to be what defines this color. Indigo is serenity, stillness, understanding, imagination, perception, intuition, awareness, and sleep. And the negative of indigo is depression. But so we think of this as our starry nights or our blueberry. And so you can see with this being associated with the starry night how your serenity and stillness and understanding and imagination, just sitting, laying on your back looking at stars, your imagination going, those things. So you see these colors a lot in layouts of little kids sleeping, things like that. Violet or purple for creativity, beauty, inspiration, selfishness, generosity, artistic, wealth, royalty, sophistication, intelligence, spirituality, dignity, mystical. The negative of purple represents death in Brazil. So if you are making a logo for somebody in Brazil, you might not want to use purple. Symbols are flower and crown. You see a lot of purple flowers, and of course crown in the Bible sense is where your royalty comes from. And so we move on. Magenta or fuchsia, pink. Balancing, soothing, relaxing, gentle, and blushing. And you think of a jewel, a pink jewel. Gentle, blushing are very girly terms. Balancing and soothing, these are all female terms. Here's pink, which is different from magenta fuchsia. That's much brighter. Soft, sweet, nurturing, security, relaxation, stress relief, calming, feminine. You think of a bunny, but these are very calming colors. I do like this much better than the bright. Remember, the brights you would want to use less of. Uh, and then we go to turquoise or aqua, which is soothing, refreshing, purity, oratory. That's an interesting word, meaning talking. Calmness, confidence, openness, cooling, relaxing, expressive, sleep, sensitive, and stillness. And the color for this would be ocean, and I love turquoise. And this color would be my color on a layout. For the soothing and refreshing and cooling and relaxing, and oh, I love those words. I love this color. Black. And yes, black is a color. And this has got some gray in it near the end, but these are all on the darker, more black realm. Sophistication, elegant, seductive, strength, powerful, strong, class, richness, honor, timeless. I like to wear black a lot, mainly because it makes me feel skinnier, but not for any of those other reasons. I don't feel powerful and strong in it. I feel like color is on my clothing is here I am, and black is like here I am not, which is totally different than these words. But you can understand if somebody's dressing up in a elegant black dress, that it would be those words. You can think of the Oscars and how they dress and going out on the night on the town. The negative of black would be evil, death, mystery, rebellion, nothingness, and surrender. So if you're scrapbooking something sad about somebody dying and you surrendering that and nothingness, that, or you see of course black around Halloween a lot. Symbol is space. And gray, I'm not sure why back then I didn't do this, maybe because it has a little bit of gray in it, but this would be for gray is neutrality, uncommitment, uninvolved, emotionless. But I do like to use gray a lot. I like to decorate with gray a lot in my house, so I think uninvolved and uncommitted because I like to decorate with gray and then bring the color and emotions into my house with the pillows and the blankets and the curtains and things like that. That way I can change it up because it is such a neutral color. And it is emotionless, but then I use other things in my house to convey those emotions. I do change up the other things in my house. I have neutral colors, and then I change up the curtains and the rugs and the pillows and blankets to change. So this is totally spot on, I guess. White is purity, cleanliness, lightness, emptiness, pure, clean, youthful, mild. The negative of white is the color of death in Chinese culture. And your symbol would be lace. So definitely these words are wonderful, and I like white. I like white space layouts where everything is all white. It just makes it feels so clean and light and pure. And gold and silver are prestigious, expensive, and scientific. And brown is neutrality, dirty, earth, foundation, heritage. So these you can see as you read these really do convey these various things. And you see heritage layouts a lot in brown. You see earthy, dirty, naturey things in brown. That's why brown and green go together so well. So back to my page here. I decided after I created this to do a layout, and I didn't have time. At the retreat, the challenge was to take this, and they actually scrapped in the room. I gave them time to scrap and then share. So I decided to scrap a photo of the ladies there, and I decided I wanted it to be orange and teal colors. As I read through, I said, this is the theme I'm going to be scrapping. Now I'm going to look at this and pick the colors. And I picked the colors because they convey joyfulness, playfulness, sociability, happiness, and creativity. So I'm going to do orange and teal, I said. And then Melissa had donated a kit. And I said, well, I'd love to use this kit. So I opened up the kit and was pleasantly surprised that they were the same colors I had picked out. And so there's the layout that conveyed joyfulness, playfulness, sociability, happiness, and creativity. So I thought that was pretty cool. And there are lots of comments on this page and other layouts that people have decided. If you share yours with me, I will add it to this page also, but I invite you to come here and look at those other layouts. And come and to the blog and share your layout with me. Give me a link to where you upload it. I would love to see it.